What's up, Internet? This is Rambling Josh, and you're watching another episode of Let's Play Breath of Fire 2. We've returned here to Mayori Island because Ged needs some equipment from his assistant, who's apparently jumping about when he thinks no one's around. I guess you could do worse things with your time? A letter from your master. Yeah, like you said. Hum hum. Pick some mushrooms, huh? Make a very careful note of how that mushroom looks, specifically where the spots are. So we have to go get a mushroom. So that is what we are going to do. Now, Mount Mayori is a little windy, and there's actually a couple of routes up the mountain. It doesn't particularly matter which one you take, though. Like I said, it just kind of winds around in kind of like a big circle. And this place can actually be surprisingly big. There's lots of treasure here, too, so... And treasure is always good. New whip for Spar, that's a good start. Although, all the whips in the world is not going to make Spar's attack particularly good. But a little extra attack certainly is not likely to hurt. That last enemy dropped a stone armor? Can anyone use that? Can anyone use it? I mean, it's an armor, so I guess someone has to be able to use it. Just not anyone in my immediate party. Flame sword, huh? I'm pretty sure we can buy that from one of our guys in hometown. I'm also pretty sure that it's not all that useful. This is just a dead end. That's kind of unfortunate, but what are you gonna do? I guess the correct response would be to use the map that I have open on my other monitor and not take the dead end path to begin with. There's another road over there. I think I'll check that out first, actually. See what looms over in this direction. Oh, well, this leads up to the summit. So, up here, there's a whole bunch of mushrooms, and you can see that they have different patterns for their spots. So you have to choose a mushroom that is a match for the one that the guy showed you, and I believe we want this one. I don't know, I think there are various ones that will work properly, but that I know for a fact that that one works. And for handing him the mushroom... Wait, what? So we just gave him a mushroom, he hit some kind of switch, and a chest fell from the sky? How does that make any sense? Okay, well, whatever. So there's other treasures to be had on the mountain here, but I think rather than bore you with another trek up the mountain, what I'll do is I'll grab those real quick and see you back here in just a moment. Okay, so I've actually made my way back to Tunlan already, and I switched up my party a little bit. I tried to choose people who are particularly low level, and I'll explain why in a moment. While I'm here, I can equip the Cloak Knuckles that I found for Rand, and I can put the Stone Armor on him too. So the Stone Armor lowers his Vigor down to 0, but it doesn't really matter because he's pretty much going to go last anyways, so it doesn't really make much difference. As for what I found in Mount Mayori, I found a Moondrop and some Magma Armor. The Magma Armor isn't very useful, the Moondrop is, or it will be. My inventory is actually quite full, I should probably deposit some stuff, get rid of some other stuff. Let's see. Don't need these owl fruits anymore. Don't need that, don't need that, don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. Or that, or that, or that, or that, or that. I might need the wizard ring, I don't know, don't need those. Okay. I'm pretty sure I've got some items that I don't need to hold on to, so let's deposit that for now. Deposit my fishing stuff. Didn't I find some Tolans? Okay. That seems good. And just to finish it off, give it a quick sort, and we're good to go. Okay. So, now we gotta bring the mirror that we got from the assistant for collecting him a mushroom, which makes no sense whatsoever. We gotta bring that back to Ged. Sup, dude? What? Oh, I need the mushroom and the mirror, okay. Okay. Sure, why not? He's just gonna shrink us, and we're gonna go inside of the queen's body, so we can defeat the fat from inside. Okay. So this area is kind of weird. And most of the enemies are pretty easy. And they're also pretty worth a fair amount of experience, which is why I chose the party that I did. This is a really good place to level some characters up, because, like I said, most of the enemies here are very easy to kill, and most of them give a lot of experience. So it's, if you're using weak underleveled characters, it doesn't really matter all that much, because you can kill the bad guys pretty easily. And they're worth enough experience that it means that your characters are going to level up pretty quickly. So it's a nice little 1-2 punch, I guess you could say. Now the reason I'm going into the menu all this a whole bunch is because of the way that this area works. The Mr. Gedface said that we had to defeat the fatties for inside of the queen's body, and that's partly true, but not entirely. There are enemies in here called fatties, and they're actually worth a lot of experience, so make sure to try and kill them if you find them. But more to the point, we just have to kill all the monsters, not specifically fatties. So every room in this dungeon, not every room, but most rooms, are inhabited by 2 fights. So once you fight 2 fights in an area, the area is considered clear and you can move on. However, that whole system is a little bit, it's not communicated the best way possible. Like, it's not really apparent that that's what you have to do, and even if you did know that that was your goal, it's kind of like, okay, so how does the game communicate your progress to you? So basically, the way it works is if you look up in the top left, there's a little gremlin there. Now normally, whether he is dancing or sleeping will be an indication of if it's nighttime or daytime, but in here it's a little bit different. So in this area that we just cleared out, if we look at the menu, he's sleeping. But in this area that we just got to, he's dancing. That means that there are fights left to fight in this area. So that's what it comes down to. You have to go through every area in the game, not the game, but inside the body, and remove all of the, well, fights. The body is loosely broken up into 4 areas. You can see that we're in the bottom left area, or down left. When you're on the left side of the body, the screen will have a blue tint to it, and it will have a red one when you're in the right, or I guess more of a pink. So that's pretty much all there is to it. You just have to find all the words, all of the inhabited areas and clear them out. The other thing to mention about that is the fact that obviously this means you're going to be doing a lot of fighting. So that's part of why it's good to bring people that need some leveling up, because normally random battles are kind of like, you want to kind of almost try and avoid them because they're kind of a bit of a pain and they get in the way and all, and they weaken you up for the bosses and stuff like that. But in here, fighting random battles is your goal. And because you have to fight so many battles, it can be a bit of an endurance fest. There's two things to say on that note. The first is that you don't have to stay in here for the entire duration. Actually, that's interesting. All the enemies ran away in that last fight, but it was considered a victory. That's kind of cool. So anyways, as I was saying, Ged very loosely alluded to the fact that you can... Oh, this is a dead end. You can exit the body if you use the mirror. And I'm pretty sure doing that doesn't like reset your progress or anything. So if you're feeling a little bit like you need to take a break or you're low on resources or whatever, then that is a thing that you can do. But in my case, I'm not going to be exiting the body at all. At least, I hope not, because I brought 2 healers. So I can use both bow and spar to heal up. So I guess the bottom left area of the body is being completely purged. So we've got all the rooms in that spot cleared out. I think the bottom right should be pretty close to being done as well. This place can be kind of confusing to make your way around, and I don't have like a map of it or anything, so it can be kind of confusing. But thankfully, is that the bottom right? Yeah, the bottom right is also perfectly cleared now. So the one nice thing though is just the fact that when you do clear out a room, you will not have any random battles in that area anymore, so it's not exactly time consuming to look through for areas that you haven't run into yet, just because running around goes a lot faster when you don't have random battles in your way. So that's nice. One nice thing too is that I've done a lot of leveling up already. I think bows level up, geez, like 5 times, Rand's about 4. I've leveled up a lot. And so, in doing, I've learned a few new spells. One of which is that Spar has learned Drain. And the reason I mention that is because what Drain does is it allows you to drain AP from your enemies. So that gives him even more longevity, since I can drain AP from enemies all day if I'm running low. Of course, I'm mentioning a lot about, like, how to like, keep up and stick with the stuff in this body here, and it's really not a big deal at all if you have to leave. I just really don't want to because it's inconvenient and stuff and words and things. There are fights in here. If you are having trouble finding your way around the body, the formation of the where the rooms are placed and the shape of the rooms does roughly approximate that of a body. So that might help you. I don't know. It doesn't really help me at all. I don't really see it all that well, but there are certain rooms where you can definitively say, like, oh, this is an arm, or something like that. So that might be something to look for if you're having trouble finding your way around. I think this is the last room in the upper left, I hope. It is. That means all that's left is the upper right. So let's see if I can find where we're going here. Well, this room is inhabited. Yay, we're all done. That can take a really long time if you don't know how to actually clear the areas, like, because they don't really communicate it very well what exactly you have to do. They give you a general idea, but not a super clear one. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, yeah, that was kind of the idea. That's a little bit more healthy looking. Apparently that doesn't work either? That's unfortunate. Hmm, really? I guess it must be nice to live in a country composed entirely of females. That's always nice. There's also the fact that your weight has fluctuated like hundreds of pounds in the matter of like 15 minutes. That's convenient. And with that, now we have to go and fetch the pillow thing that we're looking for. Which is located in here. The chest is empty! That's therapy pillow. I don't know why they gave it to that lady instead of just having the chest there. Like, I don't know what purpose that serves. Like, to give, like, momentary dramas, like, oh my god, where's the chest? And then also possibly confuse people so that they can never actually figure out where it is. Like, I think talking to that lady is the logical first step if the chest is empty, but, like, I can see a lot of people getting just stuck on that. It's like, okay, we're supposed to get the therapy pillow, and we did all the things, but the chest is empty. Why is it empty? I don't know. I'm confused. Anyways, now that I'm done complaining, that's going to be about it for today on Let's Play Breath of Fire 2. So, next time around, we take our therapy pillow and we head on over back to the great wise tree thing, and hopefully find out what's up with him. So, with that, I will see you on the next episode of Let's Play Breath of Fire 2. Catch you later.